Very good morning to all of you, friends. I feel really privileged to be in the company of brilliant minds like you, and I'm sure most of you will get yourself ready for that. There are certain points which I would like to discuss with you. For that, I must thank Khan Global Academies for giving me an opportunity to meet all of you. I am feeling very young, that young blood like you. I am not as young as you are. I wrote the IAS etc. examinations in 1971, and most of you were not even born. And after my retirement, I have been helping the students like you in preparing for the interviews that are conducted by the UPSC. Having said that, I would like to share with you certain points, some do's and don'ts, which you have to keep in mind. I am assuming that you are all going to get through the examinations and will be appearing before the TV boards in due course of time. Let me come straight to the point. What is the importance of interview? Interview is the last mile of your journey. A civil servant, the last mile, you have to cover it from what may. Interview marks carry 2 marks as out of a total of 25 marks. That constitutes about 15% total. The weightage of the interview is very, very large. You do very well in an interview, you will certainly make it. Don't do well in an interview, then you may flounder. Or may not succeed, because competition is formidable. The civil service examination, one thing you must know, the competition is very, very, very formidable, very, very tough. So, weightage of interview is very large. I have seen cases where people have done excellently well in the written examination, but they could not do well, so well in the interviews for whatever reasons. They did not get proper coaching. They lacked certain attributes, certain qualities which are expected of civil servants. The most important quality that is expected of all out of the universities, most important quality that the UPSC looks forward in an aspirant civil services, the level of confidence. Have to be very, very confident. Hope I am clear to you. Confidence level is something which is number one. It is sine qua non of civil services preparation. Mood swings is something which we control. Mood will go on changing. Okay, what are the qualities which are looked forward by the UPSC, which is possible only through the interviews, not through your answer book. आप answer book लिख दीजिए. That is, even a teacher will write, but teacher does not become. He doesn't those qualities which UPSC looks forward to. Confidence level उसमें नहीं. You should have the confidence level. You should have be able to take a stand. You should be able to take quick decisions. Decision making is very important in the government. Whether you are working in the state government or whether you are working in the government of India, central government, decision making is very, when you reach the level of joint secretary, you will be part of the decision making के लिए आपको quality होनी चाहिए. Take quick decision. ऐसा नहीं कि you will go on thinking, moving from one end to another like a pendulum, not able to decide anything. ऐसा नहीं. तो quality आप में आएगी, focus. सही करिएगा. इसके लिए मैंने आप जैसे बताया, योगा, meditation, विलोम, very good quality. Telling you out of my experience, many people have benefited and they are civil servants. ज़माने में आप जानते हैं कि when you enter civil services, you will have to control the political class. आज के ज़माने में आप सब जानते हैं. I need not elaborate on that. There is no freedom of press, nothing. I need not elaborate on that. I'm not supposed to criticize the government of which I was a part myself. वो आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि how deftly you rule political class, how deftly you manage the media. These are the qualities that are expected of a civil. आपको बहुत दफे ऐसा हुआ कि media will come and approach you. Many times media people used to come and approach for getting my views on certain, for getting my views on certain decisions that have been taken by the government. I have joined media. I am a freelance journalist. I am a columnist. I write myself. I know how to manage the media. आपको वो अभी से आदत डालनी पड़ेगी, शुरुआत अभी करनी है. आप वेट मत करिए कि आपका इंटरव्यू जो है वो सेकेंड वीक ऑफ दिसंबर में आएगा. डोंट वेट फॉर दैट. आई अज्यूम दैट ऑल ऑफ यू are going to be called for interview by the UP. Very sure. All bright people, brilliant mind. Very sure that you will make it. Oral communication, your articulation is another quality that UPSC looks forward to. आप बोल सकते हैं कि नहीं, आपने लिखना तो सीख लिया. You have been a good writer. You have been giving very good answers. The answer book. But whether you are able to articulate your views properly, because join the civil services, you will be writing notes, very short notes. You will not be asked to write essays. Oh, come हो गया sir. They are not used. Pattern of writing essays and other things not anymore. But हाँ, आपकी writing skill होनी चाहिए. As a civil servant, you will also be required to write notes. Asked to write speeches for your minister. I have written speeches for my minister. तो ये चीजें आपको याद करनी चाहिए. आपको एक क्वालिटी जो है, और आपको हाउ टू इम्प्रूव योर ओरल कम्युनिकेशन. ओरल कम्युनिकेशन विल सर्व वेरी वेरी. आई होप आई एम अंडरस्टूड बाय ऑल ऑफ यू. ओरल कम्युनिकेशन का आप बहुत ध्यान दीजिए. ये मत सोचिए कि आपको राइटिंग दे दिया आपने, अगर आपने, आई नो ऑफ मेनी केसेस who have done excellently well in the written examinations, they could not final list because they could not well in the interview. They could not articulate their views. मॉड्यूलेशन, वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन करना आप सीखें. कैसे आपको वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आप जब बोलते हैं कोई चीज, मॉड्यूलेट करिए उसको, कभी आहिस्ता कभी. It is a kind of optics, a kind of theatrics you have to do. You have to impress the board. BPSC ऐसा नहीं कि वो आपको सुनते सुनते बोर हो जाएं और सो जाएं. ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. आपको अपना वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन, पुट फॉरवर्ड योर व्यूज फर्मली. BPSC चाहता है कि he is not interested in selecting candidates who later on turn out to be accidental bureaucrats. They want people who can perform, good performers, who are good managers. You should be in a position to control the political class. I'm again and again emphasizing this. Political class is something they havoc with civil servants. And these days, position is quite different, because everybody is following the politicians, whatever they. आप में इतना जज्बा होना चाहिए. आप अगर कोई रॉन्ग ऑर्डर आपको दिया जाता है, have the capacity and capability to say no to the top politician. You will be dealing with politicians all along in your life. If you're a district magistrate, all MLAs and mota for whom you never cared in your life, they will be bossing over. They will try to influence your decisions. उनको कंट्रोल करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. और इलीगल ऑर्डर्स को नो करना. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है, मैं आपको थोड़े थोड़े एग्जांपल्स दे रहा हूँ, तो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई वांट. फॉर इंस्टेंस, सपोज आई एम वर्किंग एज जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट. देयर इज अ टेंडर, सिविल टेंडर. माय मिनिस्टर सेज काइंडली सी टू इट दैट टेंडर गोज टू L3, a person who is third or fourth lowest, not to the lowest. School says that it should go to the lowest standard. Your minister says, who is political master, he says that you give it to the third lowest or fourth lowest. How to say, how to convince him? Your conviction goes to him. He says, I want to get my job done. I have to do it. This gentleman has been of great help to me in my electioneering, election campaign. वो तो मदद करना ही करना है कि वो बोलेगा, आपको बोलते हैं, मैंने खुद एक्सपीरियंस किया है, वो आपको प्रेशराइज करेंगे. ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आपको इंटरव्यू में भी, आप आई विल कम टू मोर डिटेल्स, आपको इंटरव्यू में भी पूछे जाएंगे यूपीएससी में. सबसे पहले आपको देखना है कि आपको इंटरव्यू कॉल आई है. आपको पहले तो इंटरव्यू यूपीएससी के दर्शन करना बहुत, एक दिन पहले आप जरूर जाइए. दो माई टाइम्स I belong to a very humble background. We didn't have गाड़ी, we didn't have. I used to mostly drive bicycle way. So then I went by bus, BT bus. It's called BTC, called DT. I traveled by bus. I did not know. I never been to UPSC. आपको यूपीएससी का पता होना चाहिए. एक दिन पहले जाके जरूर देखिए आप यूपीएससी कहाँ है. शाहजहां रोड में है. If you are a student of history, you will confuse between Shahjahan and Akbar. Humayun आते हैं यूपीएससी के अंदर. Will be given a call letter. You will show it at the board to the access control के लिए वहाँ एक कांस्टेबल या जो भी गार्ड होता है वो आपको लेगा. Then you will be asked to come inside the UPSC, enter the UPSC. All of you will be asked to sit in a central hall, or a waiting hall or central hall. में आपको बिठा के आपकी जो प्रिलिमिनरी, जो आपकी सर्टिफिकेट्स हैं, एजुकेशन, बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट एंड मेनी अदर थिंग, वो आपको देखेगा. somebody will come and check all the, verify all the certificates. That's the thing. And you will keep waiting for your turn to come. एक बोर्ड लगा रहता है वहां, उसमें पता लग जाता है. वो बताएगा आपको कौन से बोर्ड है आपका, बोर्ड नंबर 1, 2, 4. He will not tell you names of advisors, not tell you the UPSC personnel will not tell you which board. They will only tell you board number 4. आपको उस टेबल पे बिठा देंगे. They will not tell you who is heading the board, who all are members of the board. आजकल आप जाएंगे, when you go, you will be all your wristwatches, your pendant, excepting Mangalsutra, of course, can't remove. Pendant, wristwatch, pen, all these things moved from your body. They will be put inside it because they may carry camera, CC, or they make recording device. तो ध्यान में रखते हैं. आजकल ये कुछ नहीं पहचाना आपको. You can at best wear this head, if at all. Even that also will be checked. Way things are going on. आप जाएंगे वहां, turn comes, you will be asked to stand or sit before the chamber where the interview is going to take. आप जाएंगे, आप देर के लिए 5 मिनट के लिए आपको बैठा, and there will be an usher. एक हुआ जो आपको सिनेमा हॉल में होता है ना, आपको एक अशर आपको ले जाता है कि ये आपकी सीट है, सीट के मुताबिक आपकी सीट 7 है, जो भी है. विल गो एंड विल ओपन द डोर फॉर यू. मैं आपको ये छोटी छोटी चीजें बता रहा हूँ बिकॉज आप, यू शुड नॉट बी कॉट बाय सरप्राइज. दोज हु हैव बीन टू यूपीएससी, दे नो ऑल दिस स्किल्स, बट दोज हु आर अनइनिशिएटेड, हु आर गोइंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, दे शुड ऑल्सो नो दैट दे शुड नॉट टेकन बाय सरप्राइज कि ऐसा हमारी घड़ी कहाँ रखी है, हमारा पेंडेंट कहाँ रखी है, हमारी एंगल्स कहाँ रखी है, आपसे करवा लेंगे. दे विल कीप हेड पे, विल बी गिवन अ टोकन. व्हेन यू, द अशर, a peon will open the door and you have to simply give a gentle knock. Normally that is must. You tell these people, I am telling you, when you appear before the mock interview, I'll tailor make my lectures to you just to suit your own personality. मैंने हजारों बच्चों को बताया है, सिखाया है, तो मुझे मालूम है कि इसके डेस्क जो है वो इसकी कमी है, ये वीकनेसेस है, इसकी स्ट्रेंथ है, उस सबको आपको देखना पड़ेगा. विल बी assured in and go and say good morning sir, afternoon, then wait for the turn. Just stand by the side of the chair. These are all basic things, don't go and just grab the chair. Just go and stand by the side, wait for the orders of the chairperson. He will not say anything. Sometimes, just to give you more stress, he will not speak to you for 10 seconds. He will go on watching it. You'll be shocked what to do now. He is not asking me even to sit. Then after some time, supposing he doesn't ask you, he is only testing you, testing your stress level. आप कहीं घबरा तो नहीं रहे हैं, आप नर्वस तो नहीं हैं, ये चीजें जाती हैं. Deliberate is a part of the whole game plan. Then if he doesn't ask you to sit for 10 seconds, seek the permission of the chair. Sir, may I have may I sit? Yes, sir, by all means. कभी कभी क्या होता है, वो आपसे पूछते हैं, आपसे you are very nervous. Mind you, one thing I must tell you about the board. Very helpful. The UPSC boards are the best in the country. They are very, very helpful. They are pro candidates. They know, they have also passed through game drill once upon a time. They know that the boy or girl is nervous, maybe he is coming for. They will empathize with you. आप इनसे डरने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. They will get the best out of you. अगर आप कुछ भी नहीं बोल पाते हैं, कभी कभी I used to be the part of the process. I used to watch many candidates who will not be able to answer any question consecutively for 4 times. आपका नाम क्या है? बता दिया नाम. Tell us something about yourself. नाम ही बताया अपना. Done only. I miss. That's all. ये चीजें मतलब है that you are nervous, but the board will see to it that they will not start the interview unless you are comfortable. ये याद में रखिए. They will ensure that you are comfortable with them. But there is no point. कभी कभी वो आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, वो एक फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, सेकंड क्वेश्चन, थर्ड क्वेश्चन, you are not able to answer. Get nervous. Your knowledge, as I told you in the beginning, the knowledge base has already been tested through prelims and the mains examination. UPSC TV board is not supposed to test your knowledge. Or what you answer is important. How you answer is. आप कितने कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ करते हैं. Your articulation should be immaculate. Def 1 जो है prelims के बाद आपने भर दिया. अब Def 2 एक होता है. Def means detailed application form. Def 2 कहलाता है. उसमें more details are given about your service preferences, order preference. IAS में आ गए या IPS में आ गए या किसी और सर्विस में आ गए तो आपका कार्डर क्या होगा. जो ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेज है इनका ही कार्डर होता है. सेंट्रल सर्विसेज का कार्डर they can be posted anywhere in the country, but cadre means they will be posted in their cadre. They can come on deputation to the center, go wherever they like. Medium of answers, for reminding me, medium of interview, very, very important. मैं आपको अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस बता रहा हूँ. आप कभी कभी should be very sure when you write your medium of answer is English, you must be very confident. Your fluency in English, fluency होनी चाहिए. ये आप याद रखिएगा. I have seen many people during the mock interview. Their person is MA in Hindi literature and language. Person has opted these optionals, the main examination, but his medium of answer, the interview is what gentleman has written. उसको इंग्लिश में ही करेगा वो. इस मुगालते में मत रहिए कि आपको हिंदी बोलने का मौका दिया जाएगा. Please, you will get 0. To speak in Hindi, after having written your medium of answer as English, you will have to speak in English. Unless chairperson, board, allows you to speak in Hindi. They will out of, because people from the humble background, people from the rural background, sometimes they are not so fluent in, they are more fluent in their own regional languages. It is in Telugu, Tamil or whatever. तो आपको बड़ा केयरफुली भरना पड़ेगा टेस्ट 2 में. योर मीडियम ऑफ आंसर इज, यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद इंग्लिश, प्लीज डोंट राइट. I always advise people, write your mother tongue because you are well versed in speaking your minds in your own mother. तेलुगु में, तमिल में वो बोलिए आप, लिख. You will not get extra marks by opting English as the medium of answers. याद रखिएगा. Very misplaced perception. कोई लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि हम इंग्लिश बोलेंगे बोर्ड में, बोर्ड will be more impressed by us. But if you use our own language medium like Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, then we will get less marks. I myself used to appoint interpreters, very trustworthy people. अगर आप तेलुगु में देते हैं बोर्ड में कोई तेलुगु knowing, I used to arrange for interpreters, translators. They used to sit by your side. Whatever you say in Tamil, they will translate it into English so that the whole board understands. I was telling you about your F Janam Kundali. It is a kind of a mirror image of your personality. आप जो भी कुछ लिखते हैं तो वो आपकी सारी खाका सामने आ जाती है. आप क्या हॉबीज हैं, हॉबीज के लिए आपको बहुत केयरफुल होना पड़ेगा. इफ यू आर फॉन्ड ऑफ प्लेइंग क्रिकेट, राइट, सो यू हैव बीन प्लेइंग फुटबॉल और बास्केटबॉल, राइट, सो इफ यू आर फॉन्ड ऑफ राइटिंग, आई रोट, राइटिंग वाज माय strength. I was very fond of writing. Writing means journalism. If you are interested in journalism, you are doing a course in journalism, के बारे में लिख सकते हैं. But be very careful when you write your hobbies. You must be thoroughly conversant with the various terms. अगर आपको क्रिकेट का शौक है, you must know what is cow's corner, what is LBW, all preliminary cast candidate. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप बिल्कुल वहां चले जाएं. तो दिस काइंड ऑफ मिसमैच नॉट बी देयर. You are writing some hobby, you should be fully conversant and don't overwrite your hobbies. Some people there is a wrong impression that they write so many things, whether they play it or not, they know anything about it. They write as a hobby just to impress the board, but they don't know that they may going to harm their career, because they certainly ask you about your hobbies. So what do you do in your leisure time? The board will ask you. Yes, sir, I play cricket. When was the last time you played cricket? That was college days. For the past 4 or 5 years, you have not played. How can you say it is your hobby? It means you have to keep playing. It is not a habit, it is a hobby. That means you should keep playing whenever you get time. You should even now play cricket or you follow your hobby, keep you fit. Very important. And you should know everything about your hobbies. कोई भी hobbies आपकी राइटिंग की हो या स्पोर्ट्स की हॉबी हो, ये सब उसके बारे में आप बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह must know the various meaning of various terms of that particular sport. कि आप you are not caught unawares, flounder in the review. Because if you flounder, the board will get an impression that you are trying to fool us. That means you are not trustworthy. आपको ट्रस्ट नहीं है, ट्रस्ट डेफिसिट है, तो you are gone. That means you are trying to hoodwink us. So that is, current affairs is very important. Keep yourself abreast with the various developments. Keep yourself away from the political views. The interview, they will not ask you anything about your religion, about your political affiliations, political inclinations. They will avoid that. This is what used to tell nobody will ask you inconvenient question. धर्म के बारे में वो आप हिंदू क्यों हैं? What is the difference? They will ask you, you are Hindu, what is the difference between Hinduism and Hindutva? Tricky questions will flounder, you will not know. तरह के क्वेश्चंस आपको एथिकल सिचुएशंस की जाएंगी, एथिकल डायलेमा, क्योंकि आपको ऐसा एक सिनेरियो बता दिया जाएगा कि ऐसी, जैसे आपको बताया कि आपका जो पॉलिटिकल मास्टर है, मिनिस्टर कॉल्स यू वन डे दैट सो गिव दिस टेंडर टू थर्ड लोएस्ट, व्हाट विल यू डू इन सच ए सिचुएशन। एक सिनेरियो दे दिया जाएगा आपको। और माइंड यू एक चीज मैं बताऊंगा आपको, जैसे मैंने यहाँ पेपर रखा हुआ है, यू विल बी, देयर विल बी ए पेन, देयर विल बी ग्लास ऑफ वाटर, देयर विल बी वन पीस ऑफ पेपर। अगर आप क्वेश्चंस का आंसर नहीं दे पाते हैं, वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड क्वेश्चंस, so many points involved in it, to seek the permission of the person, sir, may I jot down some points? Certainly, it's meant. अब 1 2 3 4 जो आपको बोलना है बोलिए, उसके बाद अपना फॉर्मुलेट करिए व्यूज, फॉर्मुलेट करिए अपने व्यूज को, देन ओनली यू गिव आंसर्स। ऑलवेज गिव ए पॉज। ऐसा नहीं कि आपने बोला और आप स्टार्ट रैटलिंग आउट योर आंसर्स, दिस इज नॉट गुड एटिकेट। जो एटिकेट होता है वो साबित नहीं। बोर्ड विल से कि ही डजंट अप्लाई हिज माइंड, he come out with the answer. They might even ask you sometimes very tricky questions. Okay, Mr. So and so, what are your strengths? Tell me your strength. Tell him, sir, I am very hard working. He says he is hard working. You are not special. Yeah, is there anything special in you which distinguishes you from other candidates? क्या ये बताइए आप। के बाद ये भी पूछेंगे व्हाट इज योर लेटेस्ट कैसे I get impatient. I get impatient. Do a job, I try to finish it as early as possible. I want to do it the first instant. That's a good job. It's a being impatient is a weakness, but there is no harm in telling it to the board. ऐसे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस, tricky क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछे जाएंगे, कैसे आप को टैकल करेंगे। ये आप अभी सिविल सर्विसेज में नहीं आए हैं, बट योर कॉमन सेंस अप्रोच विल हेल्प। तो आंसर जो होते हैं दे मस्ट बी फोकस्ड, ब्रीफ, नाइस। तो आप पॉज दीजिए, गिव ए पॉज ऑफ 7 seconds, then only start. ऐसे नहीं कि आपने सडनली बोलना शुरू। Your mind, you should look that you are applying your mind. You are not able to, if you are not able to get a proper answer, just say, sir, I cannot answer. They will give you a hint like this. They will give you a hint. Get the hint, elaborate it. Yes, sir, that's very correct. Thank you very much for service. तो आप जरा देखिए कि कैसा है। आंसर शुड बी वेरी ब्रीफ, नॉट यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू मेक ए स्पीच इन दी लेक्चरिंग, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू गिव ए लेक्चर बोर्ड। आपको वहां नॉट ब्रीफ आंसर्स, एक्टिविटी इज द सोल ऑफ इट। जितना ब्रीफ आप रहेंगे है। इफ यू डोंट नो द आंसर टू ए पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, think about it and then politely say, I'm sorry. Again another question will come. We'll give more time to the board to answer you, to ask you more questions. Don't waste their time. Sometimes they look at the ceilings trying to locate an answer. They don't get anything. Don't look at the ceilings. Board will get bored, wasting our time. अगर आपको नहीं आ रहा है, you are not able to answers, then formulate your answers within 7 seconds. Just politely accept, sir, I am sorry. Next question. Board is not interested. And as I told you in the beginning, it's not interested in your knowledge. It's interested in how you apply your knowledge. Answering a question and articulating your views. ज़्यादा ज़रूरी वही है। नॉलेज आपकी जो है हिस्ट्री की, ज्योग्राफी की, बहुत रेयरली, मोस्टली द पीपल आर ऑफरिंग सोशियोलॉजी, पॉलिटिकल साइंस एंड आईआर, एंथ्रोपोलॉजी. दीज आर द कॉमन ऑप्शनल्स व्हिच आर बीइंग ऑप्टेड बाय द कैंडिडेट्स, बाय द एस्पिरेंट्स. तो आप, जरूरी नहीं है कि आप बिल्कुल वो पढ़िए पूरा इंटरव्यू से पहले. प्लीज डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम, because your knowledge in these optionals has already been tested in written exam, in examination. Don't waste your time. Don't go on wasting. Just go through some topics in the syllabus. In 2-3 hours, you will be able to recall everything. आपकी knowledge इतनी है. By chance, supposing there is an anthropologist, historian sitting TV board, they might ask you basic questions. You are from Delhi. What is Delhi 6? The walled city. They have a wall around it. Kind of question. Ask you how to improve your oral communications. Very important. As I told you, I have been telling you again and again. Articulation is very, very important. This level is very, very important. इसके लिए आपको socialize करिए. Socialize with your friends. Get outdoors. Don't sit at home. Never ever. Don't sit at home. Go and socialize. आप अगर हैं, आपकी और फ्रेंड्स हैं, के साथ एक पीयर ग्रुप बनाइए. आप आपके पीयर्स मीन्स योर ओन, जो भी आपके साथ तैयारी को एस्पिरेंट्स जो है, एंड गुड, हु आर फ्रेंडली टू यू, हु कैन टेल यू योर फॉल्ट्स. के साथ जितना भी आपको डिस्कस करना है, डिस्कस करिए. एंड डिस्कस इन द लैंग्वेज, द मीडियम यू हैव ऑप्टेड इन द, अगेन एंड अगेन टेलिंग यू, आपको परफेक्ट करिए. आप medium, if answering in the interview board is very, very important. So you have to read the same newspaper of the same medium, Hindi, English, Tamil, Telugu, whatever. So padhiye. Talk with your friends in the same language, same medium, not in Hindi. Stop talking to your landlords or anybody. Talk to him in English. Let him understand or not English. आप इंग्लिश में बोलना शुरू करिए अगर आपने इंग्लिश दिया है. बट आप तमिल में बोलेंगे, वो तमिल नहीं है, वो पंजाब का है, तो ही विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड एबीसी. हिंदी इज द ओनली लिंक लैंग्वेज यू हैव टू यूज. आपको वो चीजें बहुत जरूरी हैं. सोशलाइज करिए, डायलॉग करिए, डायलॉग विद योर फ्रेंड्स. लेट द बॉडी ऑफ 5-6 पीपल, लाइक माइंडेड पीपल. नो, एज आई टोल्ड यू, देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ हेल्दी कंपटीशन इन द सिविल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन. वेरी, वेरी डिफिकल्ट, toughest examinations in the whole world, if I may say so. Toughest, by virtue of the large number of people who write the examination, so many papers, so many subjects, options. So it's very tough examinations. आप अपने एक peer group create करिए. Like-minded means those who can tell you frankly your own weakness. They should be blunt enough to tell you भी आपने. Then let them conduct your interview. You are a candidate. Let your peers conduct you. Ask you something. एक चीज मैं बताना भूल गया. This is something which you should start. F2 जो आप करेंगे, आप कोई भी पुराना लिख लीजिए. अपना जो भी अपनी जो हैं, उससे आप जनरेट करिए क्वेश्चंस. And you get an interview call. You have got a copy of your DEF2, DEF1. To go through it once, twice, thrice. Whatever you have written in your application forms, detailed application forms, you go on reading it as many times as possible. Generate your own questions, create your own answers. You know more, you know better about your own personality. तो आप अगर अपनी डेफ से जनरेट करेंगे, that is the best thing. Because the same policy, same practice is being followed by the UPSC board also. Even mock interview. Go through the first thing we ask you, where do you come from? I come from Tamil Nadu. Which city of Tamil Nadu? What is so special about, read about that also, your native place. You know, what is so important? Sometimes they will ask you, good morning, sirs. They say, what is so good about today? You are giving me good morning. I had a very bad morning today. I fought with my wife. You know, it was a very bad morning. Why are you wishing me? तो जैसे कहते हैं ना, नमक लगाना, गले पे नमक लगाना, वो करे. So that kind of question. Up, be ready for anything. How your reflexes work. ना जल्दी आप विटी होते हैं, वो लेकिन impolite मत हो, right रहिए. don't show your arrogance. Arrogance is something which UPSC hates, or every board hates. Arrogance is something. And don't show off. Don't show off. I'll come to other points. You must be a very good listener. When you go for the interview, you must listen to the questions very carefully. Even now, when I am talking to you, you must listen carefully. I have worked for you. I have some experiences here. Please follow me. I am your well-wisher. Be a very good listener. If you are not a good listener, you will give very wrong answers. बोर्ड ने कुछ पूछा है, आपने कुछ जवाब दिया है. That will play havoc with you. Be a very good listeners. Okay? Then speaking, how to speak. What should be the speed of your speech? देखिए, जो भी चीजें मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ ये कहीं नहीं बताई जाएंगी आपको, मैं बता दूं क्या. Because of my experience only, I keep telling people in the mock interview also that this is very important. ये कहीं नहीं बताई जाती. What should be the speed of your speech? Some people, some girls, boys are the habit of, they're very fluent, their idiom, हुआ या जो भी हुआ, they speak very fast, which is not. People on the other side of the board are all old people like me. Careful about your health. Don't inhale pollution, spoil your throat. And your health, you have to be very careful. Keep yourself fully hydrated. जितना liquid ले सकते हैं. For the interview, you will feel very much, there will be dryness in your mouth. And when there is dryness in the mouth, your speech will be affected. Casualty. You will not be able to articulate your views. अगर hydration नहीं है, body में water नहीं है, then you will feel nervous. You should hydrate yourself as much as possible. Right from today, need as much water as possible, juice or whatever. Don't take something which spoils your food, but take water. Take milk, take juice. It's very important. Keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself oxygenated also. Oxygen in the mind is very, very important. आप ऑक्सीजन अगर नहीं है तो your mind will stop working. Your answers will be very difficult. Will answer something else. Freshness, the mind is very sound sleep, 8 to 9 hours, day before, night before, date of interview. Sound sleep of 8 to 9. Don't have 2 or 3 hours and will not. You are so nervous, you will not get a sleep. Keep your mind oxygenated. Brain को oxygenate रखना. अनुलोम विलोम जैसे कहते हैं वो आप जरूर करिएगा. Don't think it is a Hindu practice, it is scientific. Accent is very, very important. We have worked in a call centers where your accent is anglicized or Americanized. You all know. Have worked, I don't know. But those who work there, they speak it with American accent or Oxford accent. There was a lady, I can tell you even her name, she was my student, 18. Ilma Afroz. She was my student. She was a brilliant girl and she is an IPS officer in Himachal Cadre. Just you will get her, Ilma Afroz. And then she was speaking all through. You have to speak with the Indian consonant, Indian accent. अगर आपने इंग्लिश भी बोलना है तो इंडियन एक्सेंट से बोलिए, नॉट अमेरिकनाइज्ड. नोबडी अंडरस्टैंड. ऑक्सफोर्ड trained her for 2 days. She keeps talking to me very often. Himachal Cadre, an IPS officer, very very, very intelligent girl from Uttar Pradesh. Very excellently well. Very good marks in. Changed her accent. She was speaking all through with the Oxford English, Her English was fantastic, very fast. He said, slow down. Learned tricks of the trade and then got very good. Your answer should be very brief, concise, precise. That is more important. How effectively go on modulating your voice modulation. That is possible only when not too slow. Slow means is wastage of time, but normally change your language should be grammatically correct. English or Telugu grammatically correct. Don't speak correct language, will have it proper. So that's what I am emphasizing again and again. Focused and to the point. Don't speak irrelevant point. जितना पूछा जाए उतना ही. Don't try to overdo. Don't try to show off your knowledge. Don't try to. Not permissible in BSc. They don't like. They want for simple. Dress is very simple. There is no dress code. There is no dress code. But normally, convention is the people have been wearing suit. The males have been wearing suits. Normally, navy blue, matching shirt, white shirt, off-white shirt will contrast also. But they should not go jeans, that kind. Very simple. Don't go flashy clothes. तो आपकी रिस्ट वॉच नहीं होती है, बट पहले जमाने में रिस्ट वॉच यूज्ड टू शो ऑफ देयर standard by wearing costly. Very negative. Similarly, for the female, cotton silk mixed, not silk alone. Silk sari. No flashy. Simple color. Light blue, white, light blue, cream of white. Sandals for the females. I have written a book also. It has been very well received in the few techniques. All these things are given there. अब देखिए, females are in the habit of wearing not these shoes. Boot shoes are not allowed. Females should wear chappals, but not high-heeled shoes or chappals. High-heeled means it will give you a tick-tock sound, which is disturbing. Okay. So it is very disturbing, and the board will start, and if you wear flashy clothes with flashy jewelries, it is not allowed. It is be removed, but look as simple as possible. Simplicity. Board will always appreciate. When you go before the board, eye contact should be keep putting. As I am looking at the last thing, I am looking. Eye contact. There is a. Let me tell you something about the board also. There is a chairperson who is normally a member of the UPSC. Not normally, but usually a member of the UPSC. So he is assisted by 4 advisors. 2 on this side, 2 on this side. Front, center is the chairperson. Eye contact का मैंने बता दिया. You go on looking at all the members. Supposing you are the chairperson. I am the candidate. You have asked me a question. I will reply to you. But I should not ignore others also. But everybody, don't rotate. Eye contact. Very, very important. आपने देखा होगा ना, when you are in the company of your friends, one friend will only talk to you, or he will not talk to you, she will not talk to you, she will talk to other girls. You will feel left out. You will feel very bad about it. So is the case UPSC. So keep on looking at every member, putting your glances, so that they don't feel left out. They should feel involved, sense of participation, that they have participated. Ignore mat kariye. And if the chairperson is a male, then first you have to greet the chair. Good morning, sir. So, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sirs. chairperson is a male, or there are more males than females, then good morning, sirs, plural. But if there is one single lady also, an advisor, in the board, then good morning, madam. Okay? Some coaching institute wrongly advised that first lady, first greet the lady, good morning, madam, then good morning, sir. First address the chair, good morning, sir. Sirs, ऐसा नहीं कि इंडिविजुअली भी आप सैल्यूटेशन नहीं, गुड मॉर्निंग सर, गुड मॉर्निंग सर, गुड मॉर्निंग, twice, good morning, sirs, covering all the males, including the person, and then good morning. If there are two madams, good morning. कहीं कोचिंग कभी कभी पढ़ा देते हैं in their enthusiasm without knowing much about the interview techniques. Etiquette होता है which UPSC expects from everybody. Please, there are some do's and don'ts I would like to make. You are all fresh from universities. You are always in the company of young. To use slangs, yeah, very common. When I was in the University of Delhi, we used to say, hello, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing. Thanks, at all cost. It should be English, Oxford English. Hindi, it should be properly. Don't use slangs, don't use oxymorons, don't use cliches. ये सब चीजें आप देख लीजिए. Cliches, a very commonly used word which have no meaning. Must avoid. You know, as a journalist, I can tell you, when I write my piece for a paper, this with that I write, rewrite, then polish it also. आपको जो cliches हैं, which are often used, वो avoid करनी चाहिए. Cliches को avoid, पर use the cliches. देख लीजिए CLICHES. Avoid these, avoid slangs, avoid oxymorons. These words must. I don't know whether you know the meaning of oxymorons. You don't know them. Oxymorons mean contradictory things. Like I will say, this gentleman looks brutally honest. I'm using brutally as well as honest. It's an oxymoron. Must not. So recently there was India's relations with Canada are not so good these days. You all know about it. So Canadian Prime Minister told India that we have got credible allegations. He is an Englishman. He speaks English. He used the phrase credible allegations. Credible भी है, allegations भी है, credible facts है. It is credible, that means it's a fact. There are credible allegations that India is not doing justice with Khalistani movement, something of that kind here. Just such kind of words should be oxymoron. Act badly on your person. Yeah. Gestures and postures are very important. Sit there in the interview board. Don't sit with your legs crossed like this. Like all of you are sitting crossed legs. Okay now, but not in the interview. Not in the interview. It's a very bad reflection on it. That means you are not taking the board seriously. An interview is a very serious, a formal business. You should be very cautious about your dress code, about how you sit. I am moving my hand, but in the chairperson can do it. But as a candidate, please don't move your hands like this. Convey your points. जो भी कहना है आप articulate करिए अपने views. Some people are in the habit of moving their hands like this. It's prohibited. Speaking with hands is something which is not good. Every mark, whether it is written or I have handled all these things. If you don't do well, your marks will be deducted. Not get 140. You will get only 120. There is no zero marks Even if you don't speak don't speak a word, you will not be given 0. At least they will see, look at your face and award you 20 marks. There has been only 20 out of 275. एक केस किसी ने बताया था मुझे कि when somebody got 0 marks, I was, then I said there is something wrong with the board, if they give 0 marks, because the person has some person, whether he is able to convey his thoughts effectively, presentation and all that, but 0 marks. But during my time it was there, but there was a case, 1 or 2 points I will quickly glance through. There is no syllabus, mind you, this is something I should have told you. There is no syllabus written down for the interviews. You have got syllabus for prelims, you have got syllabus for mains, but there is no syllabus for interviews. Anything can be asked based on your detailed application forms and your own. आप कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ आंसर देते हैं, उसमें से ही क्वेश्चन देगा आपको. You should be thorough with your familiarity with your native place. What kind of tourist spot are there? What is the history of the place where you belong to? If you belong to, say, Amroha, what is so about Amroha? Or Aligarh, some name changing has taking place in the Uttar Pradesh here also. Whether you agree with this or not, you have to be very tactful for obvious reasons. Politically loaded question. So you have to be very. So this Khan Institute, I can vouch for you. This very good institution. It has a prestige. It has a name. Really, and our Khan sir is very. I really admire him. I watch his videos and keep young. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will conclude my lecture on this note. I have told you almost everything, but if there is anything missing, I will take 5 minutes. I will invite questions from you. If there is any doubt, any like to know, please tell me. I am here to answer you. I must thank Khan Global Academies for having invited me here, have an interaction with you, and I am feeling much younger now. So, thank you.